Hello, everybody. We are live. Worlds are colliding tonight. We got COMICSGATE. We got Fandom Menace. We got all kinds of good people in here. Lola, you want to say hello?
Hola.
We got Simon with us, the resident CG artist that does pretty much everything everywhere.
Hola, hermanos.
Okay, that's enough of that. Vinnie, can you change it up and bring some American up in this bitch?
Hey, y'all. What's up?
I hate to say it, but that is American.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Just be quiet.
Hail America.
And of course, we got Mike Rogers with us. What's up, my friend?
Hail everyone out there. Not too much. How's everyone tonight?
I thought he was going to say hi in French.
Oh, je pourrais. Je pourrais.
Did you say splat?
Oh, nothing. We don't want to make everybody upset.
I don't think anyone's upset but me.
Oh, okay. Carry on.
All right. So, Mike, you had some news you wanted to bring to our attention.
Yeah, it's a theory that I've developed today. Red, looking at this and looking back, to The Force Awakens, I think to myself, what is the problem with our Disney Star Wars? I mean, there's been problems with Star Wars before, but this Disney Star Wars seems strange. And what is peculiar about this scenario? And you see, I look back to this Force Awakens perceived themes of toxic masculinity and misogynist tropes. Anita Sarkeesian began the movie spoiling hashtag Han Solo dies 2 months before the film's release. And I'm thinking to myself, did that have an effect on Kathleen Kennedy? Did she bring Anita Sarkeesian as a secret consultant to try to correct the tropes in Star Wars, and it's not really Rian Johnson's fault at all? Oh my God, brain fried,
Oh, did you think that for even 1 second?
Oh my God. But it could be. But see, she's so irrelevant now and needs such a space that here's a pattern of behavior. Hey, look, Star Wars, look at me, basically. Mm-hmm. And it's her seeking her new relevancy, I think is what it's all about, basically. So everyone say hello to Anita. It's Anita Sarkeesian speaks weak or ass for short, okay?
Hi, Anita.
Bye, Anita.
Yeah, get out of here, bitch.
Bye, Anita.
Fuck off.
And that's how the morning started, so it's been relatively fun all day after that.
Oh, very nice. All right, well, we got the Fuzz is joining us in the chat. He may or may not be here, actually, at the moment. The Senate's here. What's up, my friend? Ryan Magus is in the house. Hail, brother.
Hail.
And, of course, El Gargoyle. I love El Gargoyle. I just got to say, I love that guy. So how's everybody doing? How was your day?
Not bad. Yeah, had some good stuff happen. I got my test copy of Through the Woods, the collected version. Very happy with that. Be launching that in 2020. Yeah,
very nice. Yeah, we'll be looking forward to that.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Tell me, did you guys happen to see that we have something very awesome trending on Twitter right now? We got hashtag furry and proud.
Oh God
damn it.
Oh yeah. Simon, you're into this. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
What? Dude, don't start rumors like that. Come on.
Arrête, vas-y.
So yeah, this person's saying that this fandom has helped me find my dream job. I bet you can imagine what that job might be.
Let me find my dream job. Introduce
Getting
me
paid
to
for playing
an
dress up.
Amazing, supportive community, and help me learn to accept myself.
Yeah, man, look at this. Come on, you don't want to nail that from behind?
Everything that I've heard of. Everything I've heard about that community says that it is a toxic, chewing and eating each other constantly type of atmosphere. I don't know what's so appealing about that sort of thing.
Well, if she accepted
I just want to know how they don't die.
She wouldn't need to hide herself, wouldn't it?
You think that's what it's all about? You think the furry stuff is just so they don't have to use a paper bag?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They might have. Now you're having me thinking about colostomy bags. Shit.
Well, that's what goes in them.
But I read something a while back that it was a parody thing, but it was like the thing to blame for furries, which was Gadget from the Rescue Rangers.
Help us.
Oh no! You think that's where it all began?
There's a
Look,
theory
they're
that
kissing like
that's right. 'Cause
Eskimos.
remember, she was the only one that wasn't shaped like a squirrel. She was shaped like a girl.
Yeah.
This
It's a
was
good
a
thing I
little.
lit this joint.
Hey, Rookie, how's it going, brother? You're joining us at just the right time.
Doing
thank
good.
you.
Looks like there is some fun stuff going on here.
Absolutely. Are you hashtag furry and proud?
Furry fun.
No, not quite.
Well, this is a husband and wife right here. The furry community brought them together. Isn't that romantic?
Oh, it's cute.
I wouldn't be able to tell.
Look, they're kissing like Eskimos.
Yeah, they're doing the butterfly thing.
Expectations.
Oh shit! Did I just say a banned word on your channel, Red? Oh no!
Did you? I missed it. If you did,
And see, they match with blue.
It's like
Oh,
how do
yeah.
they change the channel on the TV or check a text? Like that's
an excellent question.
unless it's like Tony Stark and they got it on the inside somehow.
I think on the inside is the operative phrase there. So yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was beautiful, and I thought I should bring it to everyone's attention. If you are in fact furry and proud, you can go ahead and get on Twitter right now. Tell everyone your furry experience and how much you hate yourself.
And I would like to precise for people listening that Red was being a jerk there. I am hairy and not a furry.
Well, it's not the same thing. I just thought maybe, you might be a little into this.
Yeah,
But
I don't know. I'm into the acid drops. I'm into those new holy acid drops on the eyes. That's what I was looking at.
Yeah. Has anyone heard about
Never
this?
dress up like that.
Until you realize that it's bathwater and you just got it, sexual transmission disease.
There you go, right in the
I
eye.
knew it. Phil
Super.
Collins is Jesus. I knew
Yes. In Mexico, they built this giant baby Jesus that just happens to look just like Phil Collins.
This whole time?
This whole time.
it.
Right in our face.
It's right in front of your face. You didn't even know it.
Mm.
Well, why would they commit the reurces to building this?
Well, that's a question I can't answer.
That's a
Like they
damn
gave
fine
it
baby
baby
Jesus.
fat. What the hell?
There's just some blue ass eyes. I would expect something a little different coming from Mexico, but no, they went with the baby blues.
Maybe that's why you wrote the song "Another Day in Paradise."
Well, the Senate has a question here. Which is gayer, furry or traps? What do you guys think?
At this point, it's pretty hard to say.
Because I think they pretty much come up to being the same thing, right? You don't know what you're gonna get behind what's in front of you.
Are we allowed to take a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B, please?
At least one is trying to look as if it's the opposite gender, not a different species.
So I will have to also
That's
say
true.
that question itself is a trap.
It may very well be.
That is the secret to every single question in that way.
Yeah. So what do you think? Would you take a pilgrimage to see baby Phil Collins?
I already booked my flight.
Yeah. Did
I thought you
you
might.
grab my ticket too?
No. This is creepy.
I'd only bring my
I
statue
love
destroying hammer.
Now, some say it looks more like Nicolas Cage than Phil Collins. I think it's really the hair that
No,
gives.
its eyes aren't
Phil
crazy
Collins
enough for Nicolas Cage.
That's
true.
probably true.
He used to look like he's been up for 47 days straight shooting movies.
Yeah. Now I see more Nicolas Cage now. Yeah, I do.
He doesn't have that
Not
nose,
even-
the eyes, like the. Ooh.
The nose is not even near large enough, and there's not enough 5 o'clock shadow to poke your eye out at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So that can't possibly be a Nick Cage baby.
Yep.
That's a good point.
But it could be the love child of Phil Collins and Nicolas Cage.
Oh, that's a good point.
Now you're onto something. So, Rookie, what's up, my man? What have you been up to?
Well, I just literally got home from Christmas shopping, which holy fucking hell! Why the hell? Like, you know how roast ticos are supposed to be like 50 cents somewhere, like $1? They're like $7 over here, and I was trying to get like a gag gift for somebody. I can't even afford to give them a gag gift. Like $7
wow.
for
That's just a regular action figure.
Yeah, but then it's like a regular action figures. Like back in the day, like I'm trying to get something for my nephew and my nieces, and it's like like a Power Ranger toy. It used to be like $6, $8 maybe. They're like $13. I don't know. I'm just bitching now. But
$13. No, feel free to bitch. This is something to complain about.
And there's all these poop toys, like
Yeah, man.
like don't step in it, and something like death. And it's like, why the hell would they invent this? And it's like pie in the face and egg and like plumber.
Because poop is funny and everyone loves it. Speaking of, Drunk 3PO is in the house and he would like to be gazed all over. What's up, my friend?
What's up, Drunk? What's up? Hey, I'm sorry to bring the language here with this. Just kidding. It's Gaze's channel. It's where it all begins.
Wait, what are you trying to say?
No, nothing. No, it's all good. I mean, I forgot my suit and tie for.
Everybody knows that red is not PG-13.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, and you don't even have to wear pants in here, Rick.
I'm not.
I think
I'm not wearing pants either. I don't know. I thought that was the rule here. No pants.
That is the rule.
I thought
No
only
pants.
you say bring pants is when you wear pants.
And for once, I have no pants and I'm wearing a shirt for once. See?
So you're Winnie the Pooh.
Wow.
Yeah, it's opposite day.
This is like evil
All right.
Simon. But yeah, Rick,
I'm eating roundtable pizza now, so be jealous.
quite jealous. You know what? I'm actually thankful that you're not eating it with the camera on, just slopping all over the place like a complete hog. Because some people do that.
I could be what was it, like a big boy? Is that what they call it? That like Asian women pay the dudes to eat in front of them.
Oh God.
I learned that from SNL sketch. So
You didn't learn that from Black Angus?
surprisingly, no. But yeah, I thought he'd be all over it, especially with an Asian woman. But I don't know.
And pizza.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. So you got some projects you're working on, correct?
Oh yeah, I got a huge film project I'm trying to get out in February. I'm trying to start filming in February to release this summer. And with my projects, they're not. It's not the normal film project because it involves YouTubers and like nobody is in the same location to be in the same scene at the same time. So I have to film it as if like with everybody filming their part with nobody else there, and then cut it and edit it so it looks like we're all interacting. So
well, you know, the last time I filmed my parts and sent them to you, I regretted it.
Well, yours was very small. It was just like you could.
Whoa.
The red gaze offers you his energy.
You're making it worse.
But yeah, so it's another one this time. It's going to be The Gods of Cinema Shall Awaken. The main, okay, I can't give away too many details yet. I want to do it when it's closer to release. But I'm going to call it The Rookie's Legends. The first one was called Rookie's Test, then The Rookie's Quest. This one's going to be The Rookie's Legends. And it's going to have like a bunch of YouTubers in this as well. I have 35 main people. They're going to be in it, and then like smaller cameos and whatnot.
That sounds cool.
Cool. And when did you say this is due to release?
To release as early as probably June or July, August, kind of depends. They're going to be 20 to 40-minute episodes. I was going to make it a trilogy, but I have way too much.
Wait a second. Was the timing of your entrance the same? Were you spoiling his show? Because I'm really sorry, Rookie. I ain't buying no furry movie.
Nothing. This has nothing to do with animals.
I'm just teasing you, man.
What about people who want to fuck as animals?
Oh, now there's a real question.
At most, there might be one person dressed as a minotaur, just as a villain, but like that's only if they feel like dressing up in a weird costume. But
it's a furries movie.
so if you detract something from that and develop a fantasy, that's up to you.
But are we allowed to film it?
Oh, of course.
So
I'm going to try to. Last time EVS, I sent him a super chat to voice an NPC, and so I might try to get him to voice another one or two. Yeah, in this one, in the last one, NPCs were like one of the main threats, and in this one, they're kind of reduced to like Walking Dead zombies, like literally like me dressed in all gray as an NPC, and it's like they're pretty much like Walking Dead zombies. They're not really the main problem. There's a little nuisance walking around going like, oh, stop that. Oh, it's a misogyny. Oh, no, for women. Yeah.
So I'm sorry, Rookie, you probably don't know everybody here, do you? Are you familiar with Vinnie and Simon?
I think the only one I know here is Mike through tweets and stuff.
Okay, well, let me introduce
but
you.
I have heard of Vinnie, and I think I've seen Lola on your show before, and that's about it.
Well, Simon is the hardest working artist in COMICSGATE. What the hell do you mean you don't fucking know who he is?
Now, Mike,
the two hardest working guys in COMICSGATE here.
Yeah, I have to say, don't make a
Okay.
statement like that when there's two artists on the screen.
Oh no! I was teasing Rookie, not the others. My apologies, Vinnie.
It's all good. Well, I have an
good.
excuse because I am the rookie critic, so it might take me a little while to get everything,
And I've been following you for 2 years, Vinnie.
Awesome, bro. Yes, 7 books out this year.
Oh, nice.
Nice. What's next on the agenda? Do we have anything on the burner or anything that? Are you still in that project?
Yeah, I'm re-releasing Through the Woods. I think.
Oh,
mentioned
really?
that earlier. Yeah, it's going to be in a collected edition. I got the sample today. It looks fantastic. But
yeah?
it'll be in
When are you
2020
thinking?
because
Oh, okay.
well, everyone's telling me not to do it in the holiday months. So yeah, I'm looking maybe February. I'll probably launch that. And then I'm working on a pirate book that it's fucking amazing. There's tons of work I did already on it. And then chapter 2 of City of Venus is going to be started in 2020 as well.
This pirate book, what's the age, demographic you're shooting for? Is it stuff for us?
Well, yeah, teen and adult.
So stuff for us though. Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Sweet.
plenty of violence in there, and yeah.
That pirate thing sounds interesting. How far along do you think that'll be before that becomes something that everybody can talk about? I wonder.
Not too sure yet. I don't have a month in my head yet, but I definitely want to launch it in 2020. That's for
nice.
Yeah. No, I got a nice chunk. I got more than half of it done. So yeah, I'm writing it, doing the inks, the paints, all that stuff.
Oh, you're doing it all. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's why it's going to take you a little while. You got so many other people's stuff to juggle in the meantime. You see.
Yeah, and the freelance work. But yeah, no, it's getting done. And like I said, if these campaigns keep doing better and better, then I could push the other work away and just focus on this stuff. So
very good.
An awesome, sweet spot to be.
Yeah, man. We got Brian Kriskow in the house. That is the writer for Six Gun Gorilla. So if everybody go check that out. The link is not in the description. Just type in Google Indiegogo Six Gun Gorilla.
So lazy, Gaze. Gosh, you're trying to promote people.
Yeah, right. Well, when people pop in the chat, you just got to kind of go on the fly. All right.
That's true.
For sure. And he's good people.
Yeah, definitely. Brian's a cool dude.
Yeah.
And it looks like a really good book. And while Rookie's talking about this, I'll go ahead and dig up that link.
That sounds good. Just share the screen.
Yeah, man. Take a look.
I know. Well, because I don't have that open. Anyway, a while ago, there's been a lot of white knights on Twitter, and I was just like, okay, I don't know. It's kind of funny. I was like, they're pretty much always like, yeah, I'm a white knight. Women are very strong, guys. Hold my beer while I go try to save them. And
problem number one, they don't drink beer. They drink fucking soy.
No, that's true, but I mean, they act like they have beer. They just hold a beer to look like they're drinking a beer.
Oh, I see. Yeah, with her mouth.
And if you notice, there's a little Rose Tico on the top one, on the shirt.
Oh, nice.
So it's hold my beer while I go get a tampon.
That'd be pretty good too.
I have to change my potato sack.
What was that?
Continue.
I don't know. Yeah, that was just might make it a t-shirt.
Very cool. So Simon, what are some things that you got in the works, buddy?
Right now, I'm finishing up the 3 pages for Nat the Merc that's going to be in CG Jumpstart, because we're replacing the Mona by Nat. The Crash Course is done. The Meme Police is done. I'm finishing up the Blood Hunt, and I'm getting ready for my next 2 books. That's going to be the Mona and the Skullbusters. And I also have the Extractors that are coming. The number 0. That will be the prequel to the book that's going to come up later the year.
Oh, okay. Are you doing the art on that?
On the number 0, yeah.
Cool, man.
Not the book. I'm gonna. We're not announcing who's going to be on it yet.
Gotcha. Do we have a release date for CG Jumpstart yet?
Should be in there should be in January.
Okay. Yeah, I was hearing some things. And those things would change, so I was just wondering if it was solidified.
They wanted it out in November. Then they would have liked to do it in December, but it's the same principle of waiting after like the main holiday.
Right.
It's a good idea.
December is an awful month.
Stuff.
So it's also to give maybe give them like a bit more time. So they were thinking of probably doing it in January, but they would have liked to do it before. But it's probably going to be in January.
Yeah, well, I mean that's a heavily collaborative project. There's how many people working on that? More than Deadbeats.
I think I'd say 10, and that's not even enough. There's enough.
Okay, so not nearly as many as Deadbeats.
Because I'm not aware of everybody that's like in the editorial room who's going to be writing everything, but I know that just in the art, in the comics, in the artists, there's me, Joe Ball, there's Doodle Bags, there's Peter Gilmore, there's going to be some stories from Phil with his artist, but just there it's 10.
We're just gonna go with 10.
I know that, and you're gonna have Edward, the Ace in there. That's gonna be doing the top 10, I think, of CG. There's a few other things that's gonna be in there. There's a whole bunch of people.
Very cool. We've all been looking forward to that. What's up, Rick?
No, saying nice. Yeah, I've only read maybe 7 comic books. I kind of got into comics recently, thanks to EBS, I should say. Like, I had no interest before, and I actually didn't think that they still printed comics up to this day. I thought like comics that were around were like just from the 90s or something. But then listening to EBS over the last couple of years, or 2 years, and then like last year I bought Cyberfrog and read a few since then as well. So kind of making my way-ish. Gonna read Watchmen next. So bought a few other COMICSGATE projects as well.
Very cool.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I mean anything in the mainstream right now. Well, not anything, but I would say at least 90% is pretty much just garbage.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like it from based on videos I've seen. So.
So yeah, I mean it's if you're not really into comics, or if you haven't been, yeah, you'd really have no reason to look, because there's nothing out there worth buying.
Well, but I mean that's kind of why I like COMICSGATE, because everybody seems to be telling their stories through the video format-ish to get you enticed to read them. And if they have a good story, I mean that's what counts in my opinion. So, and then the art to go with it, it's pretty cool. I like seeing the talent.
It's an ultimate collaborative work. Like, see, for me, rookie, I was out of comics, raising my kids for almost 25 years. I was out of comics, and when I come back, of course, everything, it's like stepping out of a time machine into a pit of vipers, and literally. And when I get to the comic shop, I habitually go to the A in the section, start working my way down the thing, and I go through my Marvel and my DC and my Dark Horse and everything, and there's nothing there. I just keep walking. I mean, I do it every time I go to the shop. I just walk by out of nostalgia, but I never touch the shelf. It's always into the independent comics at the end and alternate stuff. And it's a real shame. But the thing is about the independent movement, like we were saying this the other night, Red, the thing about COMICSGATE that the Phantom Menace can learn about, because there's so many creative people in the Phantom Menace, is that COMICSGATE literally said, there's a sandbox, and they say, we don't want you in our sandbox at COMICSGATE. Okay, fuck you. We'll go make our own sandbox.
Yeah.
And what happened was, they just keep throwing fucking sand. They don't care. But the point is that everybody said fuck it, and they, everybody just got together and said we're making a new industry, and they just left the industry behind. So there's no more Kathleen Kennedys. They don't give a shit about I mean, they'll still. The industry still attacks them. It's still they're a threat economically, you understand, but they just don't give a shit. Like, they've made their own thing. They're making their own way. They make comics for themselves and for each other and for for everybody else, obviously, too. But they're maintaining an aspect of the industry that's been lost, a part of the past that's been lost. And a comic book is a transitional medium, is what they call it, from a pictorial book into a full lithography. And the cool thing about bridge mediums is that they are appealing in different psychological ways. So you got your print and you got your pictures, a very powerful thing, and it's something that's made by hand. and it's from the past that we're losing. And so these people have decided this medium is going to live, and it's going to live the way it was intended to live, not to be used as a vehicle for some bullshit. If it's going to be a vehicle for anything, it's going to be for entertainment, as it's intended to be, right? And so Phantom Menace can learn from that because they're creative too, and there's so well, you know what I mean, Rookie. There's so many creators.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100% with that. That's literally why I'm trying to make my own film. I'm trying to learn how to make films myself.
Yeah,
I want to be a director someday, and I want to do it by applying myself. So I'm trying to get the experience as I can now to hopefully be making actual good films someday.
And these are the kinds of overlaps. This is exactly what I'm talking about, because all of our friends on all the sides, you know, from the War Campaign and the COMICSGATE and all the way out to, you know, Gamergate, you know, all those overlapping things, even the friggin' Weebos, you know, all those overlapping things, those are all part of what I call the Indosphere. And these industries is what we have to build, right? Because, like, fuck them. They're not going to listen to us. They're not going to change. Fighting with them is pointless. Somebody like Disney, if you think about it, either they're going to make what we like or they don't. We're just going to have to make the things that we like, and that's just all there is to it.
They'll always have enough money to make whatever they want, and some people will like them. So
exactly,
they can choose to not listen anyway, no matter how much we yell at them.
That's what we did. It's just that making movies cost way more money.
Right.
Exactly.
Sometimes I would agree, but I'm noticing so many fan films and short films on YouTube that have budgets of $500 or so, and it's just like some of that, like the heart is in there as to where you know, and like millions of dollars in a film, and there's like nothing there. Like Terminator Dark Fate, there's no heart in that. It's just, oh, here it is. And,
how dare you bring that up?
And there can be a 10-minute fan film that somebody makes of Terminator, much better quality, much better acting, much better heart.
But keep in mind that when they say $500 budget, sometimes they don't calculate the amount of hours given out of love in that project.
Oh yeah, hundreds, thousands.
You know, like if it's my project, I don't pay myself. I'm a 3D animator, so
right. Yeah. Well, that just goes more into it, is what I mean. How like like with the Vader fan film that he made, like he put like $500,000 into it or something. Like he spent a lot on that, which I think is fine. But there's so many other Star Wars fan films, for example, that do I would like to say similar in quality with like a quarter the price. Like kind of depends on what you're really trying to do and how many people you want in it, what all you're paying for, what locations you're at. There's so many factors too.
I really like the one that extended the fight between Vader and Obi-Wan.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was brilliant. Yeah.
I'm finding a lot of more gems now. I guess one of the things I'm doing is looking for fan films, Lord of the Rings ones, Power Rangers ones, Star Wars ones. There's so many, and there's so many great adaptations, great stories, good effects, good camera work. And these are just, you know, people that probably just kind of a group of people that got together, split some money, and like bought a camera, bought a green screen, bought a boom mic, you know, bought an editing system, and made their movie. Yeah. I appreciate COMICSGATE for setting, in a way, like COMICSGATE kind of set the trend for this type of thing. For like, I love how you.
That's the thing, and for the indie film movement, you know, that period of time hasn't come yet, and that creative spirit and that collaborative spirit. Because keep in mind, for all the filmmaking people, these 2D visual artists and the writers and all of the different people that go into it, like. You can have 5 different people working on a comic book. It's not just 2 people or even just one person. Like Vinnie's doing his own thing right now, all in one piece, all himself. That's a really ambitious thing to do. He's been doing it for a while, so you know, obviously he's got control of his thing. But if you're a new creator and you're trying to do something like that, it's a very daunting thing. It's overwhelming. Even just for a 28 or a 32 page book, it's a very big thing. And the same thing, I'm sure, in the same perspective from someone trying to do film. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's like different talents that go to the same project.
For sure. Yeah, it's very punk rock what everybody's doing now, you know?
Yep.
We're saying fuck you to the establishment. We're doing our thing. We're telling good stuff. We have passion and heart in all of it.
We're the culture rebels.
It's exactly. They'll never have.
We are the culture rebels. That's right. And you're right, Vinnie, to bring that up. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it makes more sense to be to apply a skill instead of whine about something that you don't want. It's like I love Doomcock, but I hate his analogy where he says, you know, we're like cattle getting fed your shit, and it's like so I'm like, wait, so we want to be cattle getting fed good shit, like grass? How about we aren't cattle? Like, I don't know. Like let's get up and make our own thing the way we want.
Well, that's kind of the reasoning behind these streams is you know, I would credit EVS with being the person who actually really brought like ComicsGate and Fandom Menace together. But I mean, that's kind of stalled out, and I think it needs to continue because just like you just said, I mean, nothing against Doomcock, but that's a lot of the Phantom Menace people. Like that's all they really want to do is bitch and complain. Like they don't really want to get off their ass and do something about it. And I think ComicsGate really sets an example as to, you know, how to do that. You know, they've got a model that's really working, and I think that could work in film and especially in novels. You know, that's something nobody's really doing right now is putting out novels. People still read, believe it or not.
And I will remind you, and I will remind all the Star Wars fans and the Phantom Menace out there that are super creative people that maybe not dump a bunch of money into doing creative film projects. Kathleen Kennedy apparently said today she has no comic books and not an 800-page novels. So get busy, people.
Yeah, nothing. She has nothing to work with.
No, what's funny with Star Wars, there's been like for how long has it been around? There's been that many fan fictions, stories, alternate ideas that people have had for like since then, like so often in the present, in like the last couple of years. Like in the last 5 years, there's so much technology available to the average person to be able to make either, you know, like a story or like a short film or something. There's so much available now.
I would definitely argue there is more Star Wars source material to work with than probably any other franchise in existence.
Yeah. Just the extended universe.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And characters that were in the mainstream essentially that made them, you know, almost more than the movies, like the games. Look at like Star Killer. Why would they just throw that character away?
Kyle Katarn, one of the most beloved video game Star Wars characters of all time. I mean, come on now.
Yeah. It's insane, man. And exactly why is Mara Jade around? I mean, I don't know what they pick and choose and what they want to do. Yeah, we need a Rose Tico, someone who doesn't matter on anything, instead of characters that have been established for years and made them a lot of money. Like it makes no sense.
Well, it does make sense to a certain degree because what's going on here is they don't want to have to credit and pay people who have had these ideas. They want to pick and choose vaguely enough where they can claim it's their own ideas and not have to credit or pay anyone else.
That's exactly why the Disney theme park does not feature Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker and all the main stuff, because even though they own the property of Lucasfilm now, they'd still owe some type of royalty fee. So that's why we all get chipped.
Yeah, and Brian Christgau makes a really good point in the chat. He says, but as the scene gets bigger and better, we have to brace ourselves for an attack from the mainstream publishers who see us as a threat. And he's absolutely right. I mean, we're getting a lot of that now, but it's only going to amp up as this continues.
Well, that's exactly like when there's new inventions. Like I'm pretty sure, let's just say even 20 years ago, there's probably better fuel, and whoever invented that probably got taken out quickly or bought out in some way, and then that formula hidden. Like, you know, they see new competition as the threat that they want to snub out.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how it's always worked.
Yeah, I've even heard, and I don't have any like solid proof to back this up, but I've heard tell that some British engineers came up with a water-powered car, and that quickly disappeared.
Bought out or taken, stolen, something hidden away, for whatever reason, silenced.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah. No, going back on what you were saying, right? Yeah, there was a guy who actually made some kind of like a pellet or a tablet that you drop in a bucket of water, and it essentially turns into like a form of gasoline. And that guy went missing. His recipe is gone.
I heard about that, Vinny. I heard about that guy.
Me too. I heard about the guy that did the water car.
There was another guy that had a carburetor tuning that he had adjusted for like 89% efficiency. I mean, I know it's not the same thing as that, but like for back in the 80s, there was another guy. It was a suspicious suicide or something.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, it wasn't a Clinton suicide, was it?
Holy shit! Hold on.
We could go further back to Nikola Tesla. Like technically, his inventions would have pretty much made it so. You know how we have charging cords and ports and crap. Like
that's all him.
That we could just be in the area, and our phones and TVs and electronics would be able to be charged like at all times, and that's like free energy basically. It would cost nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, but you know. For some reason that don't work right now.
And he was also like that. That was part of when he invented the first light bulb.
Yep.
You could just plant it in the ground and it would light. Boom.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
All this stuff we're doing without because of greed and just assholes.
Absolutely,
Pretty
man.
much.
Well, it's called guaranteed obsolescence. That's what it's called. It's products that are manufactured in order to break so that you consume more. And it's how businesses stay in business. Because, why would they sell you a car that you have to pass to your grandchildren when they want you to buy one every 5 years?
And it's oversaturating of the market, so nobody can compete.
And,
Yep.
then we need this kind of economy because, well, we need it, right? It's the only way to manage this kind of mess.
Yep.
Oh,
I have a question actually for everybody. It kind of pertains to both film and comics with COMICSGATE. So like YouTube seems to be the main driving force for us to be able to get our ideas across, get an audience, do anything. Like what if something happens with YouTube to where like we really can't?
It is. It is happening.
It is happening.
The FTC just took control. Didn't you see?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm referring
So now,
to. But there's
no,
always
but Rookie, we're all bound by the same rules as Jimmy Kimmel Show or ABC Nightly News.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Same.
saying. So like, what would be the next step? What would be the next adaptation to
Private platform.
forward?
It's going to have to be an alternative to YouTube that is going to take a while for legislation to catch up. It's going to have to be a little bit of a different type of a technical platform that is marketably just different enough from YouTube. And I don't mean for copyright purposes. I mean so that the type of broadcasting that it's doing isn't classified properly under those types of rules. So it takes a time for the legislation to catch up. That's the only way to, I guess, outsmart these bastards.
But I mean, technically, it'd have to be somebody rich in a way because like the way like YouTube is paired with Google and they have so much like infinite storage practically.
But see, we just talked about this, Rookie. You put a small little individual together with a bunch of small little individuals in a field, and you got an army, my friend. And you can find one individual like got a bunch of money for you that can dump a bunch of money down your project, or you can get a bunch of people in a community that can build something together, and that's something that is a lot less likely to fall down or be taken down.
Right.
If you
See,
know what I'm saying.
coming from the toy world, because I used to design for McFarlane. I sometimes I follow some of these people who do like the reviews and things like that, and I notice that they're getting affected more than anyone else because all of their videos, I guess, have to be labeled for kids. So their guidelines, like they're the first ones who are being attacked. And from what I saw, it looks like they're all going to Patreon, most of them anyway. And it looks like if they could build the platform over there even more, they could almost be like a second YouTube from like the customers just paying for their to view their content.
I guess the issue would be how would people discover people's content through Patreon? I mean, maybe through a little bit use of Twitter, but I mean, for the most part, they wouldn't be able to advertise what they have and what they have to show for everybody.
Right.
They just have what they have now.
From what I've seen, people are thinking about going on Twitch, but Twitch is very regulated, right? And it's and like in a way more than YouTube. Like they're strict as hell. Like if you disobey in one, you're done.
Right. Well, and there's
and that could be a swearing or something like that. Like you're swearing too much. But a lot of people were talking about BitChute. Supposedly BitChute, we're talking about doing some streaming there, and a lot of people are talking that it's supposedly that something's coming with BitChute. So that's why there's a lot of people downloading their stuff to BitChute right now.
Well, and also you see in Canada, there's Dr. Jordan Peterson has begun a platform called ThinkSpot.
Did it start?
Oh yes, it started. It's the beta now. So once that platform establishes itself as a true free speech platform, the only way that content will be taken down from the platform, hopefully, is with a Supreme Court decision or judgment. And so this is an ambitious thing, obviously. It's very tentative steps and processes, but I got invited to the beta, and I've been watching very closely of how it's been going on, checking out all the content, and it's actually a pretty remarkable site. So that may be another option when we look into the future. As it stands, it's a literary basis right now for its exchange, but I mean, platforms expand, so these things are being explored, and they're being done by groups. They're being done by collectives. They're being done by, fandoms, basically, of freedom. And so that's what it's going to take. It's going to take groups of people. And yeah, keep the groups together. That's what I say.
I'm hopeful for that, but it's also the fact that like YouTube being owned, like partnered with Google, like let's say there's a competing thing to YouTube that's actually gaining traction. Could Google and YouTube technically, censor the searchability of that said site, which would make it way harder for people to find it?
Well, no, but it is at its core, it is censorship because, like, let's face it, they already own and control the market. There's no threat. There's no threat at all. What's the threat? Subversion. Us. So what do? Shut us down. I mean, come on. It's easy. There's look, Vinnie was even saying, and I've already talked about this with, I believe I've talked about this with Red before, but I've talked about it on many streams. Back in the 80s, in this constricted, high, earn, conservative, like heavy constrictive, society, we had a reaction to that. It was the 90s. It's when I came of age, and I think it's when Vinnie came of age, and it's when Sim came of age. Okay, and that was a breaking. All creative people, they'll tolerate all sorts of abuse. They will, but eventually they burst and they break out of those chains, and that's what happened in the 90s, and that was why it became an alternative decade, because we were like, fuck you. It was back to the punk days when we grew up in the 80s. Real punks, like Vinnie will tell you, they were sharps, man. If you were a communist or you were a fascist, we don't give a shit which side you're on. We're you're fucked. You're not taking anybody's freedom away. And that's what real freedom fighters, or if you would have been able to call, Antifa, that's what real Antifa is. Because they don't put up with shit from anybody telling other people what to do. And that's what it's supposed to be in the West, because the West is the best. And there's my soapbox. I apologize.
All right, very good. Yeah, I'm 25, so I'm probably the baby of this group. So it's all good.
Well, it was perfectly said, man.
Well said.
Yeah, definitely.
They want to keep their boot on our throats. And,
Exactly.
that's not right. So we got to fight back.
Yeah. And
Yeah, we're breaking free. And it's people like Rookie, honestly, on the Phantom Menace side. Rookie, you're an important dude. Like, seriously, that's
Absolutely
one of the reasons why I really wanted to get you on here, is because you are breaking ground. Like, it might seem a little silly at the moment, but it's totally not. Like, you're learning what needs to be done, and you're actually doing it.
And that's what it takes. And all the creative people and Simone will agree with me, and so will Vinnie and everybody else that's creative around here. You make a new status quo by living your status quo. Just fucking do it. Put your fucking head down and do it. Don't worry about what the other guy's doing. Don't worry about any of that. You do you. And believe me, if you like it, there's going to be lots of people out there that like it too. And we already like you, Rookie, so we're going to love it.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. So what we need is more people like you.
Well, I'm hoping. I mean, I'm trying to make some ground with film. Like, I'm literally trying to cover more film stuff and trying to get people more invested in film in general, because it's like there's always, like, I'm really trying to showcase fan films now, because if people are just they're just commenting on everything Hollywood puts out, and I'm like, ugh, yeah, it's the same crap. We know. So let's look at something that people put together from their own backyards, and let's see if you can do it. And that's why when I do my projects, they do always sound silly, because it's like, none of us are in the same room, but I'm going to make it flow as if we're in a movie together. And it's like I'm getting people to get off their butts and act and put themselves out there, try, put forth some creativity to their scenes if they want. And it's like I hope that that's kind of motivating for some people to do what they want to, and I allow, they can contribute ideas if they want. Maybe it inspires them to do one of their own projects. I'm hoping.
Well, that's the thing, and that's the thing that the Phantom Menace, I think, needs, because they had a catalyst in COMICSGATE that was Ethan, and it inspired and catalyzed that whole movement and spirit behind it. And I believe in the Phantom Menace right now. I already believe that these people exist that want to do what you have started to do yourself. They just need a catalyst. That's all. And maybe that'll be you, Rook.
Maybe, hopefully, that'd be interesting.
But it has to start somewhere, right?
That would be interesting. And that's another, like Mike, you and Steven, that's another reason why your book is so important, because I know Steven's looking to produce fiction novels in the future as well. And that I think is very important.
I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm going to be publishing at Rohig Press here out of Canada, because it's way cheaper to publish out of here, and we'll distribute out of the States. And I want to publish comic books, and I want to become a distributor for COMICSGATE books to make shipping and everything cheaper. we have to, ComicsGate has to figure out this distribution problem, and like I was just saying, the only way we're going to be able to do that is partnerships.
Yeah, we were talking about it last time.
Mm-hmm. It has to be. It's a totally different thing, Rookie, than obviously distributing film, because it's nice and digital. But when people want something in their hands, it's a little bit crossing borders and shit's expensive.
Yeah, you have to send them physical copies
if that's what they want. Yeah, exactly. So lots of different tastes, lots of different folks, but distribution is kicking our asses in independent comics. It sucks.
Damn.
So that's the part we gotta figure out. And right now the mainstream has the stranglehold on it. There's kind of a monopoly in distribution and printed material. It's called Diamond Distribution. And it's a stranglehold, man. It's hard. And if they don't like you, good luck.
And even if they like you, you don't make that much money by selling.
No.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I know them. I'm friendly with them, with the family. They're nice people, but at the same time, their business model, it's not for the little guy. It's only for the big guy. And that's the thing. Like I looked at them as well. And I'm like, well, they take the majority of the money almost. And it's like, well, I did all this work. Why should I suffer with their bullshit? That's why I went to crowdfunding. I mean, and yeah, the fans are paying for the shipping themselves, but I'm sure that deters a lot of people as well. Like you were saying, because it's expensive.
Right.
You come down on the price somehow. But yeah, you're right. That is the tricky part of it.
Yeah, that's something we're going to look into. Lola, what are you thinking about all this?
I agree.
Are you watching TV?
No.
Yeah, she was laughing.
Yeah.
I was trying to jump in there here and there. Like, I mean, I agree. We've got to make our own thing to take a stand and say we're not with this shit. Right. We don't want it from any side, you know what I mean? We want our own stuff. Like, we tired of politics being shoved in our face and, like, being told what we have to like.
It's that control nonsense.
It's like going back. It's like, that's what I keep saying. It's like going back in the 80s, like 84 and stuff like that. It's like, no censorship. We fought this before. Fuck you.
Yeah.
We don't want it back.
What it's all about.
Yeah.
They want us to all just shut up and comply with what they want us to do. Buy this, buy that.
They want you to live in the hive mind with them.
Yep, exactly.
We beat them before. We beat them again.
Yeah. Well, that's because they're controlling everybody with these phones and social media. Like they try. That's why the advertisement thing. It's Windows 10. They want to take your personal information. They all want your personal information. Why? Because they want to bombard you with fucking advertisement. They want to keep everyone these mindless zombies.
It's annoying.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
Oh, this is a very.
They don't want you to have your own thoughts on things. They don't want you to have your own viewpoints. Exactly. They definitely don't want you sitting and saying, "Hey, wait a minute."
And there's way too many people. And there's way too many people that made it very lucrative on YouTube, so they had to freaking tone it down. There's no, yeah, come on. This is not happen. This is not happening for out of nowhere.
It's a good point.
It's disgusting.
So I don't know, where do you guys see things heading? A couple years into the future from now, either from CG or entertainment in general. Phantom Menace.
I mean, one of my dreams was to be able to do well enough in comics, in CG, to be able to start an animation studio so I can do 3D animated movies.
Well, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I was thinking about this too with COMICSGATE. Like, this may seem kind of like a stupid thing to go with it, but it's like, you guys know Yu-Gi-Oh! Or like some card games, Magic the Gathering, all these things. It's like, I was looking at some of the COMICSGATE characters in some of the different books, and it's like, that'd be cool if those were playing cards, not trading cards. It just has stats on them, but like, kind of like with Yu-Gi-Oh, there's like different attack powers.
It's something a few of us have been talking about, doing those trading cards, but making them into playing cards. So you get both of them at the same time. So the stats in the back would be stacked in a way that you could pitch characters against each other. We're just trying to figure out
around the decks. Like you can have the characters from Graveyard Shift and Cyberfrog and these other ones you can combine and mix and match different ones for different combos. And it's like, because I grew up I was born in the 90s and grew up in the 2000s, so I was right around the Yu-Gi-Oh area of stuff. And I never got into trading cards, but I got into
Well, as long as Nasser's going to be like the Queen of Hearts.
yeah.
The Queen of Shards.
The only card game I played was Magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the potential is unlimited. You know, we just
And that
gotta.
is, for sure. That is a good question, Rookie. Kind of leads into what I was saying before, because what I see happening is like what I was talking about before, and maybe you've heard it described before. We talked about this before, but I consider, the overlap happens with all these little communities: the cinematographers, the artists, the pencilers, the writers, the commentators, the reviewers. Even just the fans themselves and the observers. You could call them. All the creators. I call it the Indosphere, right? And what I see is this period just at that verge in the 80s when everything burst. And we're right on the edge of that, I think. I feel it. I don't know. Maybe we've been here before. I don't know. Maybe Vinnie feels it. Maybe Sim feels it. I don't know. We've been in a spot like this before where it's very restricted. Okay?
It's the third time that it happens, especially in the world of comics. Before it happened with Humanoid and something called Metal Hurlant that became Heavy Metal Magazine.
Exactly.
Then after that, in the 90s, the answer to that was Image Comics.
Yeah.
But something happened there that everybody kind of we could say sold out in a way.
Yeah, that kind of fizzled, but
the movement happened again, but this time was the other way around, because before it used to be the artist that got fed up and created another medium and the people would follow. Right now it's the consumer that went, fuck, we're fed up with this shit.
Yep.
And then after that the creators jumped in. So that's why I think that this movement is way stronger than what happened before. And dude, they keep saying that CG is dying.
No.
Dude, the amount of creators.
No, that's right.
It's only increased from what I could tell.
And people are trying to make the point but before those the campaigns used to make like 25K easy. Yeah, but there were 7.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Now,
there were 7, and a lot of them were big names.
And now there's like 100 of them, and most campaigns easily make between 3 to 5K. And if you go back to the world of indie comics before CG, dude, people were hoping to make 3 to 5K.
Like I've got local independent creators that have been kickstarting comics for about 7-8 years. Way before COMICSGATE was even like really a known thing. And $2,000-$3,000 maybe. The market was crushed. I think that we're right on the precipice, and we have already, for the first time, the Phantom Menace, COMICSGATE, and all this overlap that we've never been here before. We are on a precipice, but we've never been as a community of consumers of products and creators of products. We've never been in a community like this before, and we are now in a position where, as this new wave approaches, we're going to be able to capitalize on that sort of thing if we're prepared for it. And that's what the serious people in CG have already done. You got to build a foundation so that when something comes, it'll stand up. And if Phantom Menace creators can do the same thing, when this next decade that comes, I think it's going to be this alternative kind of, maybe not grungy, but it's going to be an alternative to what the hell just happened, or whatever the fuck just happened.
Yeah. and we do have to try and the creators aim for quality, right? It's
the biggest thing.
Yeah, it's imperative. You can't just flood CG with a bunch of shit.
Exactly.
That'll just taint everything that comes along with it.
There's a
if
lot.
Anybody remembers Cheech? If anybody remembers Cheech and Chong from Sister Mary Elephant, they're all gonna laugh at you.
You had to mention Cheech and Chong when I'm rolling.
J'étais déjà fini.
Yeah, Brian Kreskow makes another good point. He says, think about the punk rock years when people achieved great things with none of the technology we have now.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Oh, dude, we're doing movies. If you're smart enough, right, and you know how to do camera tracking, dude, it's not that complicated to make special effects in 3D and plan your regular prop type of thing and make it work. Like PF Track does camera tracking like a wizard. It's easy as hell. You just have to place your pinpoints everywhere and where you're filming, and in less than 15 minutes you can track the entire camera, convert it into a 3D environment, and then animate your character. Then you just fit it in comp and you're done.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, and YouTube provides a lot of teaching for people to know how to use certain film or film equipment that comes out. So there's plenty of ways for that to be utilized.
Yeah, I studied 3D animation and digital design. Wink, wink.
That's awesome, dude.
All right, quit your winking, Simon. Take your winking somewhere else.
Like, I don't know if you do any programs with that stuff now at all, like for even mini stuff, like shorts or some kind. Maybe we could talk about a collaboration project of some kind, easy one. I don't know.
I'm
animator before, so
I'm planning on getting back into it. I'm getting a new version of Maya because I learned Maya Softimage 3D X Max.
All right, sweet.
So yeah, I'm getting back into it. I'm supposed to be teaching a friend soon, another friend from CG.
Cool, man. Because if there's anything that Sim needs, it's another project.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, go ahead, take on another one, Sim. We'll be burying you from exhaustion next week, for fuck's sake.
Did Kyle Ritter make the animation for Starblades?
Yeah, it took him over a month to. Dude, doing animation takes a fucking long time.
He did that himself, all himself.
Oh yeah,
that was so impressive. I don't even know how he can just 1 month, one man team. Like you
they
see,
didn't fucking tell you the man's a wizard.
Like you see animators, like for animes, for example, they have like a team of people work for like a week straight. They can get something out.
Yeah, but you can't compare the same. No, that's there's like three to four frames per character.
I know. I'm not saying a direct comparison, but still, like considering just one man, 1 month. His main profession seems to be the different aspect in comics, but he can also animate. Like, I don't know. It seems like
impressive.
It's very impressive. Like it's beautiful what he did, but you can't compare it to anime because like 24 to 40 frame a second.
Right. I guess I'm comparing it to some bad anime I've seen. Then I don't know. But yeah.
And silence fills the room.
Oh shit! Yeah, we got that air. We can't have that.
I don't know if Gaze had another topic. If not, I could share. Like I had a movie idea, but Angus suggested I should make it a comic book because I do have some drawings. But
Yeah, man. Whatever you want to share, feel free.
Mm-hmm.
Skits Comics is in the house. What's up, my man? Good to see you.
Yeah, they just launched their pre-launch page, so goes up to their books. Sorry, I just don't remember the name of the book.
We'll find it by Googling name of book.
Holy.
All right, Rookie, that's enough out of you.
So okay, the image on the screen. I'm not an artist, really. That's not my profession at all. So this is like I call it a skilled third grader's drawing. But it's like the concept would be for a movie, but possibly a comic if that comes first. But I call it the Hefty Hero, or like the Beast Unleashed. Picturing like a Jason Momoa type character, type guy. He kind of fits the build that I'm thinking of. Like he's a werewolf warrior from 1,000 or so years ago, and then it cut to the present. He's kind of a overweight fat ass, like playing Call of Duty, eating junk food, and kind of drinking and stuff. He's having fun. He's enjoying modern day because he's lived for so long, and he can just relax now. But then some shit gets messed up. There's like vampires and people with powers in this. It's why there's like a energy right here, a wolf hand, and a chicken leg.
Where's what's that wolf hand reaching for, Rook?
I drew him first and then the hand, and I'm like,
the only answer is back hole. The only answer is back.
Well, right now it's his front hole. But
yeah, I don't know about that. I think
I think he's
get a grip.
I think he's reaching for the wolf milk.
Oh, there you go.
What's that? Is this a Me Too moment we're seeing on the screen right now?
Not from the Times, no. But it's like so. This whole idea started when I was in my intro to cinema class, actually, and they wanted us to storyboard a story. So I was trying to think of one, and kind of came up with a quick one, and it's like the very brief thing that I came up with was, so it's the werewolf warrior from the past. He's fat now in the present. He's got his girl and whatever. Something happens where his old enemies come through, and then they capture somebody, and they have, instead of a abandoned warehouse, they go to like abandoned Toys R Us's and Blockbusters, because I don't know of any modern abandoned buildings these days. Kind of funny.
Look, any mall really.
Yeah, like this is a very small box that I'm drawing in, and so I can really draw very well with it. But it's like, again, I'm not an artist here, and I draw with a pen, color it with colored pencil.
So what's on their shirt?
That still looks better than some coloring I've
Call
seen.
of Duty's on his shirt. Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Yep. And then they walk into the room. This could be kind of Star Warsy-ish. You're getting a pan of the cantina. It's like human virgins down here for their blood. Animals over here.
Oh, so we do have some furry components in here.
Crazy.
Drinking blood up front. This guy is actually supposed to be black, but I didn't want to color it in because it looks stupid with the.
You didn't want to be called racist, right?
I get he's supposed to be an African werewolf.
Yeah, you need some
sparkles. Need some sparkles on the vampires.
Totally. Well, he's supposed to be a werewolf, but this is the vampire. No, that's not. No sparkles in this one. But werewolves are hard as hell to draw, man. I don't know how the hell anybody can do that. It's like they look so goofy to me when I draw them.
But the thing is, there's enough like talent in COMICSGATE that you could get someone to draw this out for you.
Oh yeah, I figure if I were to like go forth with what Angus said, try to make it a comic book first, like before a movie. I would definitely look in CG to see if anybody would want to draw these. Like I do have an artist that does stuff for my channel, but I just don't really know if she'd be up to the task for like doing something like this. Might want somebody that could bring better detail to it, but.
Sequential art is difficult, and as an editor, I'll give you just a slight suggestion. I mean, it's up to you. You can do what you like, but you shouldn't ink your pencils. You should ink a trace. I'm just saying.
Shouldn't do my what with what?
Only the comics guys will know what I'm talking about. It's just
okay. I don't use pencil at all, just colored pencil to color in.
It's like a two-step process. Okay, I see. It's something only comics guys would understand anyway, but whatever.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah,
Skid says he likes it the way it is.
He means light table in.
I gotcha. But yeah, so like this would be like I have better ideas for like to expand the story, of course, but I haven't expanded on those yet because I was like, it's going to take forever to get an actual movie made. And then I don't know if people really want to see just drawings from me with it along with the story. So I kind of put it on hold, but, learning more about COMICSGATE and, doing my own film projects, like I could do something maybe. So we'll see. So I would share. What was that?
Yeah, Gavin.
You broke up a little bit with that.
I said make it happen, Captain.
Yep, I'll try. So I'm doing my film project in February. Angus said that I should launch my comic project as well around there. He said since I'm not drawing the comic, like doing the story is one thing, but then drawing the comic takes longer. So it's like I do both of them. Here's do this story and the film one at the same time. And I'm like, I mean, maybe, but I don't know how well that'd work with like a Indiegogo or a GoFundMe or something.
Sell it as an ash can. Just this one. The same exact, you get somebody to draw you a nice one, but you can put this in as these are my concepts. These are how I,
Yeah.
Perfect.
I mean, you could just slap that on the project as an extra incentive.
Man. Yeah, it's cute, man. It's your own stuff. Of course.
It's not a bad idea, I guess. How much you think, like a ash can, like if it was well drawn, like you think it'd be worth? Like,
I mean this. I mean this one. I mean this one. Yeah, just put in a mini comic that you can use as a perk. That's included as a little perk. Look what I drew. Here's the real one. I got a good guy to do it for me. But here's what I was thinking. It'd be hilarious.
Yeah, that's actually not bad. A lot of people said they like my drawings, but it's like I can't imagine anybody paying more than like $1 for this. Like
It's like Wenger with Super Harem. Like the art, Joe Ball is drawing the book, but one of the tiers is the fact that you could get the the Ashcan version of his layout of the storyboard that he did.
Okay.
And let's be honest too, Rookie. I mean, you saw Ryan Johnson's storyboards for The Last Jedi, right? I mean, your fucking comic here is like 10,000 times better than Ryan Johnson's storyboards, I swear. But I bet you if you saw Ryan Johnson's storyboards in the dollar bin, you'd pay $1 for it, wouldn't you? I mean, come on, $1's a buck, right?
I guess that's a good point.
I'm gonna have to look that up. I haven't seen those.
Me neither.
Just Google it. Just Google Ryan Johnson storyboards, and I prepare to be horrified. Simon, put your helmet on.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Appreciate the feedback.
So
And
you
so
hear
the
it,
keyboards
it's
and
me
the
and Vinnie,
keyboards
yeah.
are on fire. Alors ça se commence. Hein?
Holy shit. Okay, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
want to have Vinny.
Here we go.
I want to have Vinny and Simon critique Ryan Johnson's fucking Last Jedi panels.
Do we understand that, dude? This is a cheap ass motherfucker. Should pay somebody to do this.
Right?
Dude.
I've done some storyboarding. That is wow. And he got greenlit.
What the hell?
It looks like it's run by a 4-year-old. God damn it.
What's funny, that's actually how storyboards are supposed to look. They're supposed to be basically stick figures.
Okay, wait now, hold on.
That's not true.
Red,
Oh,
red.
okay.
Wait. Red,
What?
type in George Lucas storyboards.
I specialized in storyboards, so no, it's not
just a
posted.
moment. Let's
That's
take a
what I
close
was
look at
told.
these first.
I was told that they're supposed to be just minimal so that you get the idea. That's what I was told. But
Minimal, but not stick figures and not this.
Pretty fucking
What-
patamush.
Wait a minute. What even is this? Like, it looks like a cheese grater, and somebody's trying to put their finger in it. Maybe.
That's not a finger.
Ah.
Still does.
No, I'm really impressed. Look at the fucking X-wing down here. I mean, that's like the best rendition. That's the most accurate drawing he has in the whole thing so far. It looks like a, sort of like a fucking X-wing. I don't know. Jesus Christ.
Ricky, how you feeling about yourself right now?
I feel much better actually. I think
Yeah.
go forward with my project.
Ryan's a movie director. You're a movie director. Your storyboards kick fucking ass. Ryan Johnson, meh.
Dude, an X-wing is a fucking square with 4 lines.
I can't
So
even
hold
tell
on.
what that is. Oh my god.
Hold on. I'm still trying to wrap my brain around this. So with that script he had and these storyboards, they said yes to that movie.
And now we know why it sucks
Yes.
shit.
Wow.
Right?
Look at this,
Yeah.
but it says Fleet right here, so you know what it is.
It's
Can
so
we get
fucking-
ComicsGate to do a caricature book of the remounting of Ryan Johnson's storyboards, please?
No, you know what we could do though is we could probably hey, let's forget about The Last Jedi, and here's what it should have been.
I feel way better.
Mandalorian.
And we give everybody the Dark Luke.
Hmm.
The Run of Doom. What?
Bombing Run of Doom. Yes.
It might run for an hour on YouTube before they shut it down, but at least we'll have our hour.
It
Is that his
doomed the
handwriting?
entire franchise.
Is that his handwriting?
One would assume.
Yeah.
Flat comes into frame, then
Yeah.
Finger.
See Vinny right here. Then finger.
Oh shit.
The bombing.
Sorry. I was looking at George's story.
Dude,
I
I'm
was
looking.
looking at
Masterpiece.
this. I think
I'm
a
look-
10 cents might cover it.
I'm looking here, and all I'm seeing is 2 heads and 2 what would look. They look like salt and pepper, and it's H and P on it. And I'm like, dude, it reminds me so much of those characters in South Park that were supposed to be the Canadians there. I don't remember
Oh,
the
yeah.
name.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Good
This
point.
this letter B down here is my
With
favorite. Does
Terrence
anybody have any
Yeah,
idea?
Terrence or something. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Dude, it's disgusting. Why?
That is-
Why did you guys get us into this?
Well, I'm
That
gonna
just
go
made
ahead
me
and blame Mike
more
for this.
angry.
Because I think
That made
that
me more
artists should be able
about
to
that
feel
movie.
good about themselves too.
How dare you, Mike? How dare you?
Yeah, that's painful for people like
No,
me.
no, I mean you guys should feel better than yourself, because look at what the fuck this guy made $1 billion and look at the crap he's putting out. You guys are way better than that. Come on.
Okay, yeah. We're coming out with movies 2022.
That's what I'm saying. Let's do it. Rookie may be your man.
Hell yeah, man.
The first
Millions to
movie.
make.
Yep. Fuck.
Yeah, you know, I actually have another one that was even a more crazy idea from back in the day. I was trying to make like where people go to like an alien planet, and you know how like in Star Wars, there's some alien planets that like just have a couple of aliens on it, like a couple species. You don't really get to see them very much. I was like, what would all these alien animals be doing in their environment? So I came up with like 40 different alien creatures with different like dynamics into the environment and ecosystem. It's like, yeah, it looks like Pokemon to me, but you know, that was my super realistic as I could draw possibly drawing. There's a tentacloid up here. Are you sharing the screen, guys?
Oh, sorry. 1 sec.
I don't even. I closed the fucking web page and I still have it in my head.
They're not getting the joke yet. I don't know. So these all look like Pokemon. This was as best as I could draw detail at the time. This was like straight out of like 2012, 2013. I drew this. This is this green thing is a tentacloid. I started by drawing a UFO and then kind of made it into like a different thing. It's got like a weird sack, like a parachute. It's got tentacles, a mouth on the bottom. Then
Did
there's
you
the
say weird sack?
Yes, I did. The octoquadrodon is what I call this thing. Octoquadrodon. Like, dude's, his mouth is on his head, drinking the blood off that dude. He's killing the thing that's going down there. This dude's like the rock, the like, I don't know, the hammer something. He's like a rock hammer. So like, you know, jumps up and pounds people in the face as his defense. It's like, you know,
That's what I do with my rock hammer.
all these things. There's like this little Charmander type thing, and there's this Puff is like a weird organism too. Little elephant type things. Freaking dog eating a bug. I don't know. These little pink things just have mouths and arms and legs, and that's it. Yeah. Try to put as much into like an ecosystem, because you go to certain things in movies and it's like, why is that there? Like, why does that exist? And it's like, I don't know. They swim. It's like, that's kind of dumb. So made a lot of these, but I've not expanded on this since then. So just left it as it was. But still.
You know, maybe you guys should take the same mentality that we did. Oh, you want us to make our own movie? Then create your own Star Wars, and then get, you know, maybe all the CGI artists on board to draw them.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think that could happen easily, especially now with the Fandom Menace. I'm actually talking to a guy that's in Singapore, and he did his own Star Wars fan film a while back, and he's doing another one to release, I think, on the 20th of December, along with the Rise of Skywalker. And I'm going to talk to him, see, he has like different connections, I guess, like to the 501st Legion in Singapore. That I don't know. So they're able to get like the actual stormtroopers to be in his fan film. And there's like Ray Kennicks. She did the Ahsoka fan film trailer that they're going to make into like a 20-minute movie at some point.
What I mean is create your own universe.
Yeah.
Make your own, like you'll be the future Star Wars.
Fuck yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because the creative people, I mean, they can take Star Wars material if they want to, but eventually they're going to run into a roadblock. If you begin from the beginnings of your own story and you just expand outwards from that, there are no obstacles because it's yours.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel like with Star Wars, the only thing is people would go, "That's not what that character, that species does. That's not what this does." It's like, okay, yeah. There's more rules to abide by, but then again, there's a template to start from. So it kind of depends.
Well, no, but world building is very important, though. That's how you immerse your readers. Well,
that is the plus side.
I say readers. We say readers, but you would say viewers. You know, it's how you immerse them, right?
Yeah.
Like, just for comparison, here's the George Lucas storyboards. Some of them.
Yeah, you have to treat the environment and the world like it's its own character.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
And you don't build characters to fit the universe. You build a character separately, then you put it in the universe, which gives it that extra little like get used to it. Because that's one of the problems. That's one of the problems that's going on with most movies. Is like the world or the characters are developed to work together, so you end up with there's no suspense, there's no thrill, there's no danger that you feel in it, because it's like everything just falls into place. Everything's a married to.
That happened by coincidence. So yeah, it's okay. It all ended up all right, and it's like, okay, that's
Or the character change her character traits every fucking 15 minutes. She's like
Yeah.
5 characters in one movie.
yeah, that's really fun. I hate you. I'm so angry right now. Hey, why are you so mad? Just take it the calm approach. That's all right. You know, I don't know how to fight. It fires a gun like really well for the first time. Okay,
Yeah.
this is confusing.
Like the Welcome Dark Gift comics.
What's
What's
up?
There he is. What's up, Dark Gift?
Yeah, man. And Tommy came in a while ago, but I want to make sure I said hello to him. Tommy's
Yeah.
on.
He's always on
Evening,
something.
Tommy.
He's everywhere.
And if you can see these ones too, like you were saying earlier, Rookie, how it's minimalist, type of thing. And as you can see, this is too. But the cinematographer and the camera guy could sit down with these boards and probably do like 41 or 45 different shots for each panel, and then go out and do it, based on these nice. They are very detailed and they're very angular. It's like helpful to establishing shots, right? So
yeah.
They're not like Ryan Johnson's at all, really.
You can see a story happening here, and the other one you can't.
And from our aspect, it's very sketchy. It's not very, like highly rendered art, but it does the fucking job way better than the other thing. Yeah,
that would really help. That would really help the director and the actors. That helped in so much with the editing to know what you kind of wanted to do. That's really good.
Another reason why they like to have their storyboards like that is because they like to have something called an animatic, where they technically animate the frame by frame after, so they can actually like calculate the length of the movie through the storyboard. That's something that we're doing. So you go frame by frame and you calculate the amount of time that, like they're going to be talking and looking at they're getting closer, and then you animate that frame by frame.
So how much time would you predict that a finger and a scribble would take of the movie, Simon?
What?
I got a finger for
Ryan Johnson.
Finger and a scribble. How long are we talking there?
Yeah. I am glad to see this though, because I don't know, my intro to cinema teacher kind of just made it seem like most people just draw stick figures, because I guess that's what the rest of the whole class did, and I'm the only one that like drew it in detail and colored it. And she's like, "Oh wow, like that's really good. I guess you just need to draw this though." But I was like, "What?" So I was confused. That's why I thought that you just draw stick figures. But,
well, here's how
dude.
Go ahead,
even Nickelodeon's freaking storyboards are more detailed than that.
Yeah, I'm very glad there's more detail here.
Now let's inject a little bit of CG industry creativity into this. So you look at this piece, you're the cinematographer, you're going to be doing, all your own videography, all of it, you're editing, the whole thing. When you're done your project and you want to mount everything, if you've got someone like Simon or Vinnie or any of these, there's tons of people and creators, like Vinnie was saying earlier, in the community now. It's huge. People can mount you up these types of images for your boards, and by the time you're ready to go to your project, you have already all these extras. It's already been done. Guys been
it's why I always said
projects months ago. And you've got material.
That's how I always said. All great movies starts with a comic book. Look at it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's a good point. Now,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's the clarity. That's what you want. You want to be able to tell that damn story through these visuals. I mean, like the frames per second for a movie, you're taking those stills. You want to be able to get the main action across, or the main element of those particular the sequence of what's going to happen. It has to be very clear. The clearer it is, the better you're gonna know what that movie is, the end vision. So that's why when you see the Ryan Johnson ones, it's like you could see he had no vision and he had no story. It was just an FU to the fans and to everybody and to George Lucas. That's why so many people were fucking pissed off.
It's like a lot of people don't know. Do you know who did the storyboarding, the storyboards for Alien, Tron, and even The Fifth Element?
No.
Mobius.
Oh yeah.
Do you know
who did the? Do you know who's the storyboard of The Matrix? Steve Strauss from Marvel. Remember?
Oh yeah.
He did Wolverine and X-Men. He was the storyboard artist.
Yeah. And so here's the thing too, from a cinematographer's point of view too, Rookie. If you want to save money on budget, because eventually, no matter when you get big, it's going to matter. If you want to save money on your budget, you get yourself some pencils at the beginning with a guy that knows how to do perspective, and you'll save yourself a pile of money because you won't be wasting time running cameras around.
Exactly. That's why storyboards are very important, and that's why they do the animatics too, because you can calculate the time and the effect, and get your angle shot if it works frame by frame, like going from one panel to another, like we do in paneling. Like our panel needs to lead to another panel, right? So your action needs to lead into the other scene.
It's not just for the story in a comic book; it's for your eye. Your eye has to move with the story too.
I kind of thought that they usually take most of what's like in the script and then just kind of try to translate that to the set, but that makes a lot more sense with the storyboard.
Of course. What you need to look for, there's an artist. He has a book called Framed Ink, where he was a guy who worked for Disney and DreamWorks, and he breaks it down really easy for everyone on the importance of the storyboard artist, establishing shots, why they do what they do. He even breaks down the lenses, why you would use certain shots. I would highly recommend that, especially if you're a writer, director, artist. Yeah, I mean, it's you want that clarity in your storytelling.
What was that guy's name, or what was his project?
His book is called Framed Ink.
Framed Ink. Okay, give that a look.
Excellent.
Sounds good. I apologize, Lola, if we've just been dominating the conversation.
No, it's all good.
No, you're good.
It's an interesting conversation. I think more people like it.
Oh yeah.
We keep shifting from comics to movies to Star Wars to movies to.
And look at the overlap. But look at the overlap, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what this stream's all about, man. Lola, you got a female perspective to throw into this?
Well, like, all the entertainment business is being affected with this stuff. So it's like, it doesn't matter if you're in comics or you're in movies or animation. Like, it's everywhere, and we're all dealing with it. It's something we're all dealing with. It's not just one aspect.
Exactly. It's us fighting back with what we want to see.
And it's
I'm sorry, but it's the trend of, I think, what's gonna happen when they see like these Marvel movies, they're gonna start to fail. When these other things come out, and they're going, well, why don't people like these certain fandoms anymore? It's because they're being destroyed.
Yeah, true.
And it's
why don't you like stepping in dog shit?
Either, like they try to say either, because I know a lot of females that are tired of it too.
Oh yeah, of course.
Those are what we like to call real women.
Yeah. Exactly. People with taste who aren't just listening and doing what they're told, because that's essentially what they're trying to do. All those ones who are the hardcore liberals, they're pushing feminism and all that nonsense. Why are they doing it? What's it for? The status quo has to change. What has to change? Look at any movies from the 20s all the way through. There have been movies that had women in the lead, or they're very powerful or important to the story. They're not just the way that they're making it look like is that, oh, if they're not in the lead, then they're a nobody character and they don't amount for shit. Excuse me? You just slapped everyone in the face. They're slapping the writers in the face, the actors, you name it. And they're trying to make us drink the Kool-Aid and say, yeah, you have to listen to what we're saying. No, we don't, because it's bullshit. People, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Agree 100%.
Big time.
It's retarded. So it's a small group that's just making a really loud noise is all they're doing. And eventually we're all putting our fingers in our ears.
It's a minority that has too much power at this point.
They're like, what, 10% or less of the population identifies with these people?
Something like that.
Yeah, so you've got like 90% of the population that's going, what the hell is going on? Why is this being put in there? Why are characters being changed to make them this way when they've been a certain way their whole run?
Exactly.
Well, I I always thought, Lola, when the normies start saying "what the fuck," that's when things are really going to pick up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and that's happening. That's starting to happen.
Yeah, these latest Terminator numbers reflect that.
Ugh.
Oh, they love their Terminator. Even normies like Terminator, right?
And Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, Charlie's Angels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That did worse than Dark Fate, man. That's
for sure. There's nothing worse than taking a sexy trio and turning them into that.
well,
Yeah,
the reboot of a reboot. Like,
and it's all the straight guys' fault.
yep.
Yeah, because guess what? Straight guys like sexy women.
Yeah, because we don't know how to appreciate their movies. I'm like, fuck you.
You know what's hilarious too? Going back in Dark Fate for a second, like I thought that they had potential in the beginning, and the one tweak what they could have done that saved the entire franchise, if instead of making, did you guys see it first of all?
Nope.
I've seen enough reviews of it to get the gist. So
Okay, well, essentially, there's a pivotal thing in the beginning where obviously they take out John as a kid, and then they want to reintroduce like a new version or a new type of John Connor. Like they're trying to say there's always going to be a character like that around, right?
Ugh.
Well, that blonde who came from the future was supposed to save this girl, right? But she had a brother with her. Now the brother dies in a car accident. Where if they switched the script, if they flipped it and they made that she died and the brother lived, and the one they had to protect was the brother, that could have also saved it story wise, because you have like Linda Hamilton's character, she's kind of still in mourning, and she's been driven crazy that her son died. There is no John Connor anymore. That future has changed, but yet they're trying to say that a future like that will exist anyway. So we need another John Connor. Well, it would have made sense for the story if it was the guy who lived and she got to like train him and raise him to be the soldier that John was supposed to be. Wouldn't that have saved the franchise?
Well, I actually disagree. The way I see it is that the way that correct me if I'm wrong, but like the way they put it was that all they know is that in the future John ends up leading the humans to beating the machines, and then that's why they send the Terminators back to take him out when he's younger. And it's like at this point, so they eventually do take him out. But I thought it would be interesting if they try to do it like, it's not the same thing. Like where if you take him out, then humanity is guaranteed to be screwed, but they just don't know how they can possibly win. So it'd be like it'd be interesting to see how they could try to adjust after his death to see how they can possibly win against the machines, because Sarah still knows about the upcoming threat, so she could still technically prepare.
Essentially what happened was that they did stop Judgment Day, so that John Connor, that whole world is different, and technically there are no more like T-800s, that type of thing. Like it never happens. For me, the big flaw of the movie is if that never happened, then that Terminator that came from the future, the Spanish guy, he wouldn't exist either.
Yeah, they're already screwed. Start with that, really.
Yeah, they already fucked up so much of it. But if they're trying to say the overall thing is there is always going to be someone like a John Connor who's going to save the future from some kind of cybernetic attack of some form, and they tried to put it on this girl, it makes no sense. Well, because what they did is, like this girl. I'm sorry?
But then that just kind of goes into a circle then, because then it's just always going to be
right.
If they get killed, then there's another one, and if they win, and they'll send Terminators. It just seems to be like with Star Wars, how they tried to say that, the one, like the dark rises and the light to meet it or something. Like if there's one strong Sith, there's a really strong Jedi to balance. And it's like, to me, it's not creative enough. I don't know. This isn't.
I agree.
So
I agree 100%. That's why, to me, the franchise should have been finished a while back.
See, my thing is, I agree with you, because they keep on continuing things that they have finality and don't need to be continued. Like if anything, Terminator 3 I think was a good enough ending, because they get to literally watch the Judgment Day happen. They're like, okay, wow, we tried to stop it and we couldn't, and here's where it is. It all goes back to this. That would have been a good ending point.
Even Salvation was a good point to stop it.
I agree.
To see the war.
Seeing it, yeah.
Yeah, you get to see the war. You see what happens and where John is on it, and that should be it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I agree.
You're a moron.
Hey, do you guys want to see an NPC burning a comic book and then
Yes.
see an NPC get his head chopped off and EVS voice an NPC?
Let's see it.
Wait, rookie, you had me at NPC burning. Okay.
Stop teasing.
Okay, so the context.
Stop teasing and show it.
The context real quick is Lone Star. I bought Lone Star when that happened with Mike Miller, and I read it first time I read it through. I kind of liked it, but then pondering on it, I hated it because it was just felt so rushed and kind of weird. But the context of the scene is NPCs are destroying like COMICSGATE stuff, Fandom Menace stuff, so they're burning a COMICSGATE comic is the thing. But let's see. So, boom. Can you see the screen? Good.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's the opening credits of episode 2. Now, you might be wondering why I did it like that. I tried to set it on fire with a match, but it wasn't freaking burning. So I had to like light a tissue, set it on it, and make it burn that way, and it took forever. But it was.
Well, plus, you had to destroy the evidence from your activities, right?
Yeah, that's why, of course. But then EVS comes in. Okay, there's NPCs barge in a sec.
Hey, Mary.
Yeah.
All right. NPC comes in.
Handle all this. Rookie Critic, you must come by. You must die now. Join us. You must become an NPC. Join us. Oh, hell no. I do not have time for you. So, what is your response? Do you comply, my guy? Nope. Your toxic masculinity has too high. Join us. Come at the price of the beautiful free-breasted my guy. What a total!
Arcade scale of 9 to 10. How much you got the new James
And scene.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so that was from a while ago from the Rookies Quest series trilogy that I made. You can tell there's a little date stamp in the bottom. I can't figure out a way to get that off my camera, so I used that the whole time. And EVS was kind enough after a $10 super chat to voice the NPC. So
Awesome.
yeah, just thought I'd share a little snip. I mean, if you want to see more NPC carnage, I mean, just let me know and I'll pull up another scene. Yeah.
Or everybody can go check out Rookie Critic's channel.
That's probably a better idea because I'll have the next project coming out in February, a bigger project. Oh, not coming out in February, starting to film in February, coming out next summer. But I'll be dropping little hints and little teasers here and there as well. Jesse Milestone's going to be in this puppy. Mandy Summers plays 2 characters in this. It's going to be funny.
Cool, man. Yeah, we'll be looking forward to that. So we're up on about an hour and a half. Does anybody else have a point that they want to tackle here?
Gaze is an awesome host.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Pretty in-depth conversation. I think we shot the bolt.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we talked about a good many things here tonight. And yeah, again, the point of these streams is to just bring the Fandom Menace and COMICSGATE together because these two communities are so similar. There's so much of the same stuff going on that there's no reason why we shouldn't be communicating more and intertwined. And yeah, I would like to see the Fandom Menace kind of step up and just kind of maybe just use COMICSGATE as an example as to what you can do. Like obviously, film projects are probably a little less doable on the financial side, but they can be done. And again, novels. I'm going to keep pushing that because I think that's important.
Yep.
But yeah, thank you all for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you. Everybody go check out Rookie Critic. Check out Simon's channel. Check out Vinnie's channel. And Mike doesn't want anybody to check out his channel.
No, but if you could throw this up for me for a sec, Gaze, just so I can give Stephen a hand as well.
Sure, man.
I'd say
this is the project that we're working on right now. Speaking of novel type works, and so like we're Phantom Menace people, and we're trying to take a step to show what we've learned. I mean, I'm a COMICSGATE guy too, but this is how we do things. And if you want to make something, you just put your head down, you make a new status quo, and that's what Stephen decided to do. And I'm glad that he invited me on. It's an incredible amount of work, and so there's only a few days left. So if you're able to lend your support, we would sure appreciate it. As you can see, check out the video, and thank you very much for your support. If you've already been able to contribute, and if you're thinking about it and going to, thank you so much for everything you do to support us. And thank you for having me on, Gaze. It was a great conversation, just like usual.
Yeah, man, you guys are really making some headway there, I see.
It's looking, I don't even know. Well, that's Canadian as well, by the way. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
but it's just overwhelming for me. And I mean, I've got a lot of real life stuff going on this week, but it was exhausting week, but overall good exhausting, not bad exhausting. So things are obviously looking well, and I hope they get better overall in life for everyone. And thank you for having me again, Keith.
Absolutely. All right, so we'll start with Simon. Yeah, anything you want to plug, brother?
Yeah, I'll say erase the Last Jedi, release the Snyder Cut, back Blood Hunt, and sub to Demona. And don't forget to sub to this channel and share the link. And I was gonna plug your book too, Vinny, but I'll let you do it.
Yeah, everything that Simon said, and City of Venus. Yeah, this week we crossed 14K.
Awesome.
I feel like this conversation, I mean, it's essentially that book is the what would happen if these assholes keep becoming if they get what they want. So they would destroy the world and then separate themselves from everyone. And the people who are still around, the ones who are still alive, are fighting back.
Totally a dystopian world.
Yeah, but again, it's filled with hot chicks, monsters, lots of cool surprises. If you like science, all the fun stuff you expect out of movies, I have it in there, and lots of different threads. This is the first issue. Kind of, it's going to get you into this whole world. But yeah, there's a lot of different places I'm going to be going with the story. I'm excited about it. I think you guys will be too once you see more of what I'm doing with it. And yeah, I keep an eye out for Through the Woods, the collected edition coming in 2020. If you like ghost stories, yeah, it's going to be. Right now, it's 92 pages. I think I'm going to be adding more behind the scenes stuff. And yeah, when I have the new cover done as well. That's also going to be in the book and as a variant. So yeah, it's possible that the book might go up to around 100 pages. But yeah, I'm going to fine tune that as we get into the new year. But yeah, and then the campaign will be out for that. I'll have a pirate book on the way as well in 2020, and more City of Venus. So.
And the pirate book looks amazing.
Thanks, brother.
That does.
Yeah, I've shown a couple of pages here and there on different streams with my friends, but yeah, it's going to be a good one.
Send me a couple of nice inks, Vinny.
Oh yeah, man, you're going to love this stuff in there. I inked a couple. I think 2 pages on a couple different streams.
Oh yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
Send me a link. I'll check it out.
Or yeah, maybe you could even come on my channel sometime and we'll chat and I'll pull it up.
Absolutely.
You can do that too. Not a problem.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Cool,
man. Thanks again, Red.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for coming. Rookie, what you got to plug? Obviously, your YouTube channel.
All right, yeah, I'm the Rookie Critic, and I right now I'm covering a lot of fan films, trying to bring those to light, some great ones that are coming around. I advertise I do movie reviews, but I have not reviewed anything lately. Like, I just don't care enough to actually do a review. Oh, this was released then, and it's about, I don't really care. it's just not in the mood. But trying to make some actual film projects down the line. I'll be posting updates on my channel. I also did a streaming versus discs rap battle. Very bad, but good rhymes, but bad beats. So you know, if you like that kind of thing.
Cool, man. And who doesn't?
Exactly.
Lola, you got any final thoughts? It sounds like a no.
I don't ever want to do a stream with Mike again.
Well, yeah, me either, actually. But no, that's a joke. So thank you everybody in the chat for showing up. We appreciate you. Yeah, spread the link around. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it, guys. So we plan on doing this every Thursday with different creators and different personalities from the Fandom Menace. So yeah, keep in touch, and we will catch you on the next one. Have a good night. Peace.
All right, later.
Wait.